Well, Preecy, you join us Tuesday evening, the first of two sessions here at the ground this week. How are we looking in terms of the squad and the overall preparation ahead of the tough test at Buxton?
Yeah, very similar. The only little bit scare we've had is Tom Carr felt his hamstring. I think I alluded to Tom earlier on in when we're talking about the South Shields and protecting players and players having to play a lot of games. And he's just felt his hamstring after the game, so we'll have to see how that is. Other than that, the lads who played in the game came out of it well. Harvey wasn't feeling great, but that seems to just be a 24-hour bug. So it looks like he'll be okay. And then, we're just looking at how Sampo is this week and see if he can move on a little bit more and get close to fitness. Willow again. Hopefully he can step up a little bit and get some minutes under his belt before the weekend. And then Cole is seen another specialist yesterday, and there was a bit more news, but we need to clarify everything on that. So I think he might just need another scan. So he's still going to be a fair bit yet. But other than that, everybody's come out of it fine. Although we know that first half performance was nowhere near good enough, and we let ourselves down. To come back and get a point when you're playing as bad as what we were, and to change totally, second half, where we couldn't get the ball down, we couldn't, it just looked like everybody was devoid of confidence to then be able to suddenly change, and get playing and moving the ball and keeping the ball and switching it from side to side, going long when we had to go long, playing short. It's a total transformation second half, and that's just down to the mindset of the players. It was nothing tactically. I said that in the changing room. I could come out here and try and pretend it was something tactically and say how great I am a tactician. It was nothing. It was just about them just being more brave and having that belief. And you could see that second half to totally changed it. We nearly didn't get anything out of the game, which would have been devastating for us. So everybody's positive, and we understand how hard the league is, and we didn't take Oxford for granted. It was nothing to do with taking Oxford for granted, because I spoke about it in interviews, I spoke to players, and it wasn't down to that. It's just everybody just had an off day, and then when you come in and you see Fyle drew with Leamington and lost with Worksop in two home games. That's the way the league is. It's tough, it's relentless, and not a lot between the teams. So if you're just slightly off it, like I've said many times, any team can beat you. But we were properly on it second half, and hopefully we can take that momentum into the weekend, and we're taking it into training this week.
It feels like this league is as competitive as it's ever been. More money being thrown around in different areas at players coming in, players going for big fees, and the test of Buxton is another one of these teams that are full time, and they're going to be right at it, aren't they?
They're a good side. I like the manager. The manager's really good. He's honest and gets his team playing some really good football and progressive football, and they're always a danger. And he's working to a plan there, and did fantastically well to get in the playoffs last year. And we know where we will be up against it, but we're more than capable against any team, whether it be full-time or part-time. But again, I go back, we have to be at our very, very best, and if we're a little bit off it, and at South Shields, we worked hard and we did okay, but we weren't nowhere near our best. And you're going to have to be at your best to beat teams like Buxton and teams like South Shields. So we know that, but we're looking forward to it now, coming off the back of that second half performance and being in the position that we're in.
In terms of the season so far, we're just about a quarter of the way through. How would you reflect on things so far? Relatively pleased and positive where we're at?
Yeah, really pleased to be fifth in this league. takes a massive effort, and like I say, it's not been smooth for us. You know, when you're losing 4 of your key players, there's not many teams that can deal with that. I don't care who you are, you know, and that's been difficult for us. But like I say, the lads have responded and done really well to keep us in this position. So yeah, you know, to be fair, deep down I'm absolutely buzzing where we are, because it is very difficult, and credit to the lads who've come in, credit to the loan lads, and they've done fantastic, and it's a whole squad thing. You know, the lads who are pushing, who probably haven't had as many starts they wanted, you know, pushing the lads who are in the team, staying with it, and nobody's sulking, nobody's moaning, everybody knows why and what they've got to do, and yeah, it's a massive team effort to be in a position we are. You know, we don't take that for granted, how well we're doing.
You know, the support from the fans that we've got at the moment, the attendance is at home on the up. When the 3rd goal went at the weekend, the place was absolutely rocking. You touched on it, Buxton, not an easy place to go, but we tend to travel really well as supporters to Buxton, and hopefully more of the same this weekend.
Yeah, look, we need that support, because when things aren't great, you know, or you're needing to stay in front in games, you know, that little bit of support can make the difference. And you know, you could feel that they believed that we were going to get something, even going into the last minute of the game and into injury time. I think even in injury time, you know, they felt that we're going to go and win it. And you know, we've done it before. You know, 2-0 down. I said at half time, we've come back from 2-0 down before. We did it against Chester. We've done it numerous occasions where we've come back from almost where you look, you know, it's an impossible position. Even first game of the season, you know, we were 2-1 down and down to 10 men away at Darlington, and come back and won that game. So, you know, we're built to stern stuff, and having that support and that backing and that belief coming from the sidelines makes a massive difference to us. And I'm sure they get over their numbers. They'll get behind us. They'll make it as noisy as they can, and you know, when we need them, they'll be there for us.